Hey everyone, and welcome back to Joey's Retro Handhelds. I'm Joey, and today we're going to fix my broken Anbernic RG405M. So this will be a full teardown video as well as showing the full replacement of the new screen and shell. This will be a quick video, but in case you missed it, the screen fell out of my RG405M. It just sort of happened. I could push down on a corner and the other corner would lift up, and then one day it lifted up a little too much. Once that happened, I sent an email to Anbernic with a few pictures, and to their credit, they replied within 48 hours and even apologized for the delayed response, and they said they were shipping out a replacement shell with the screen. Took about 2 weeks to get here in Canada, which is normal for any Chinese shipments that I get. Credit to Anbernic for a quick resolution and no hassle. Before you say it, this was all done through my personal account, so no affiliation with my YouTube channel. I don't even have a contact or channel with Anbernic directly anyways, so there's no special privileges for me. Let's jump into the video. I'm going to be using my iFixit kit here, which I highly recommend just to have on hand as an electronics repair kit, but from it I use the TR6 bit to unscrew the 4 screws on the back, and then the 000 bit for the internals. I use the spudger as well sometimes, and then tweezers that helped out sometimes as well. Once inside, I use the 000 bit to unscrew the battery shield. And you can also just remove the triggers for now, they just fall right out. Now, you want to be careful unplugging the battery, and you don't want to pull it by the wires or you risk breaking the wires. Just use some pressure on the white part with your nails to pull it out. Safety experts are going to say you should discharge the current that's still in the board at this point, and if you want, just push the power button and hold it a few times to get out any charge that's left inside. It's up to you. I didn't end up doing that. Now let's unscrew the speakers, starting with the one on the right. There's 2 screws to remove and the wire, which is easier than removing the battery was. Do the same thing on the other side for the other speaker. Now we want to remove the analog stick on the left and the shield. First, lift the latch holding the analog stick ribbon in it, and then unscrew the 2 screws holding the shield. Then just take them off. Do the same thing on the other side for the other analog stick. Now lift the latch on the ribbons in the center. There's 3 of them. Take the ribbons out. Let's unscrew the right side board. There's 4 screws to remove here. After that, remove the D-pad and the home button as well. And now let's remove the left side board. There's 5 screws to remove here. The board should just fall right out afterwards. The power button connected to the volume buttons will likely just fall as well. Then just remove the buttons and the start and select buttons. And there you have it, complete teardown, and we're ready to swap. Anbernic sent over another screen protector with wipes as well as the full shell, the front and back with the LCD screen. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with what they sent. They really didn't have to send over another screen protector or even the wipes. The back shell was missing the gray pad, so I ended up just using my existing back shell. Let's start the swap. First thing you want to do is grab the middle ribbon and take it off the existing shell and put it off to the side for now. Ignore what I did by putting it on already. I wasn't able to get the other black pads off in a nice way, so I just left them off the new shell. Let's start putting it all back together. Put the face buttons back in and start and select. Then the same thing with the D-pad and the home button. And also the same thing with the power button and the volume buttons up top. They fall out easily, so you may need to just hold it in the right position. Then just slot in the main board until it clicks in and it all looks flush. You can easily tell if it isn't. Do the same thing with the right board. You'll have to lift the device off the desk or the D-pad will lift up and the board will be difficult to screw back in. Now just start putting all the screws back in on the right side. Then put the joystick back in and the 2 screws for it. And now with the latch up, slide the ribbon in for the joystick and then push the latch down. Do the same thing on the other side with the other joystick. Now let's screw down the main board. And now remember the main ribbon I said to set aside? The main reason is it's easier to slide in on one end and then adhesive it to the shell, rather than adhesive and try and get the ribbon in after. So just make sure all the latches are lifted and slide the ribbon in and clamp it down. For some reason, the bottom ribbon is longer than the old one was, and it led to mine bending like you can see here. I've just left it, my device has been fine since then, so I assume everything's just going to be okay. Now let's put the speakers back, and it's easier to just plug it in than screw it down. Also put the triggers back into the right spots. You want to do L2 and R2 first and then L1 and R1 after, as they slide on after. Plug in the battery and slot it in where it goes, and then screw the shield back on for the battery. Put the back shell back on and screw that in, and we're done. If you discharged the battery earlier, you might need to just charge the device now before it turns on. As a special thank you for staying until the end, you get to see the nice, satisfying factory screen protector removal. Unfortunately, there wasn't a good sound for it, so you just get the visual. Please don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow, and hope you all have a good one.